Uh, this is 18 EC 422, the second question paper of analog circuits. The first question is derive the following relation with respect to this small signal operation of BJT, transconductance and voltage gain. So for this, if we go back to the book and check, then this will just correspond to article 6.5.1 of the page number 40, 404 and 405. So here, if you just see, we have the formulas for them. GM is IC by VT. IC is given to us, and the value of what is that? We need to derive the expression which corresponds to GM is equal to IC by VT from the basic principles. Okay. Then the second one is the voltage gain. The voltage gain is in 408. So you have the in the 408 page the voltage gain. So this is the derivation for voltage gain 6.5.4. You need to write these equations and then derive correspondingly the expression for AV, which is GMRC, or you can write here as ICRC by VT with a minus sign. Okay, this is the equation which we need to derive. Then we'll go back to the next question there. A BJT having beta equal to 100 is biased at a DC collector current of 1 milliampere. Find the value of GM, RE and R pi. So the value of GM is IC by VT. VT is the volt thermal equivalent, and that value will just turn out to be IC by IC is 1 milliampere divided by 25 millivolts, and that will give us the value which is equal to 0.04 amperes per volt, or might be 40 milliamperes per volt. Having found that, then we can again find the value of RE. RE will be beta by GM, and R pi will be beta plus 1 into the RE will be beta by GM, and R pi will be beta plus 1 into R pi is equal to RE, and hence RE will be R pi divided by beta plus 1. So RE is beta by GM, R pi is RE by beta plus 1. So once RE is found, you can find the value of R pi. Just check the formulas. I might have made mistake. We'll just go back and check it. So here it is. Beta is equal to IC by VT. And then R pi is beta by GM, not RE. R pi is beta by GM. And then we can try to find RE, which is alpha by GM, you can write, or having known the value of R pi, you can find RE. RE will be R pi by beta plus 1. So RE is smaller, R pi by beta plus 1. So R pi we have found as beta by GM, and we can find RE from here. Okay, that is the question number 1B. Then with the small signal equivalent model of MOSFET, derive an expression for voltage gain and transconductance. So this is there in the page number 280, 81, 5.5.5. of the book. So you have the equivalent circuit. From the equivalent circuit, you need to derive and find out the voltage gain. The voltage gain will turn out to be AV is equal to VDS by VGS is equal to minus GM RT R0. So this is to be derived from the equivalent circuit. Okay, so having done this, then you can derive the expression for the transconductance. Start from this equation over here, Gm is equal to Kn dash this, and then write it and substitute for VOV and get the value of Gm at the end like this. And that will be the expression for Gm. Then we go for the 2A. 2A is the input and emitter resistance of the BJT. Again, R pi and Re, same derivation, R pi and Re. So whatever numerical is there here corresponding to that, is just trying to ask the expression for the input resistance Re and emitter resistance, sorry, input resistance R pi and emitter resistance Re and the relationship between them. So it's just again the same point, 6.5.2, 6.5.3, 406 page and 407. 406 and 407. So we have the derivation for the R pi over here. Whatever equations are there, IB is equal to IC by beta and all that, and then you derive that and you will get finally R pi is equal to VB by IB. Then the expression for RE, expression for RE is here, VB by IE. So VB we should know, IE also we should know. So IE is written over here, IE by VT by VB. So you should derive from here and substitute in all that and we'll get alpha by GM. Then the relationship between them just I have shown. This is VB is equal to IB R pi, that is equal to IE RE. IB by IE, or rather IE by IB will be equal to beta plus 1. So R pi will be equal to beta plus 1 into RE. This is the relationship between R pi and RE. Next, we have the 2B MOSFET to operate with ID equal to 0.1 milliampere is to have a GM of 1 milliampere per volt. Kn dash is 50 microampere per volt square. Find the required value of W by L and watt drive voltage. So GM is equal to 2ID by VOV. GM is equal to 2ID by VOV. And from that, we can try to find out the value of VOV. GM is known, ID is known. So VOV will be 2ID divided by GM. Okay, 2ID divided by GM is VOV. Once having found VOV, we can go back to the GM value. GM is equal to Kn dash W by L VOV. And you can substitute the calculated value of VOV. GM you know, Kn dash is given to us 50 microamperes per volt square. So only unknown is W by L. So you can find. So first find watt drive voltage and then find W by L. Then we have state the disadvantage of fixing VGS biasing technique and explain how stability of operating point is achieved in drain to gate feedback resistor biasing technique in a MOSFET amplifier. So this is present in 5.7.1, which is figure 5.51, 306 page number. So let us go and see that. So biasing in MOS circuits. So this is the figure which is more important for the first part, which we have stated that why VGS, fixed VGS is not a good choice for biasing purpose. And then once we finish with that figure and explanation corresponding to that, then we need to go for the collector drain to gate. Yes, drain to gate feedback resistor. This is the one which we should do. That is 5.7.3. And this is the figure corresponding to that. That is the figure corresponding to that with the corresponding expressions. So having finished that, we come to 3A. 3A is write a neat circuit diagram on AC equivalent circuit, derive this for a source follower. So this is for a source follower. So for a source follower, you need to go to the page number 303, 5.6.6. Page 303. This is the source follower, you can see here. So we need to derive the relationship. Rin is infinity. AV is RL by RL plus 1 by GM. This is what is to be derived. AV naught is equal to 1 because at that time, RL is considered infinite. And therefore, we need to divide numerator and denominator by RL. So RL by RL will be 1 and this will become RL by RL 1. This will be 1 by GMRL. When RL is infinity, this quantity 1 by GMRL will become 0. So we are left with 1 by 1. Or you can differentiate this with respect to the what you call RL, and that will give us the L-Hospital rule, and that itself is equal to 1. Then R naught is found here, 1 by GM, and then GV is same thing as AV, which is RL divided by RL plus 1 by GM. So these are the different things which we need to find. Okay, however, GB is not asked, but say GB is asked, you can find from here. Then we have, having found that, then we have a numerical here. CS amplifier utilizes a MOSFET biased at ID of 0.25 milliamperes with VOV equal to 0.25 volts and RD equal to 20K. The device has VA equal to 50 volts. The amplifier is fed with a source having RC equal to 100K and 20 kilo ohm load is connected to the output. Find Rin, AV naught, AV and R naught and GV. If so, maintain reasonable linearity. If to maintain reasonable linearity, the peak of the input sine wave signal is limited to 10% of 2 VOV. What is the peak of the sine wave voltage at the output? So this is the problem which we have already solved in the class, and it's there in the book as a solved example. So we can just go to that and check what it corresponds to. Page 295. I hope it is 95. It doesn't seem to be okay. What is the question? I'm confused here. CS amplifier. Okay. So this is CS amplifier, MOSFET By asking find Rn, AV naught, AB, R naught, and G naught. So yes, this is the problem which is there. It's not a solved problem, it's an unsolved problem. And we have solved in the class, right? The answers are straight away. You can use the formulas which are given there and try to substitute and get the value. So all the formulas are there here. What is Rn, what is AV naught, what is AV, right? And then what is R naught, what is AV, and what is GV, same thing as AV. All that values you can find. And then if when the input signal is given as, VOV is given to us, twice of VOV is 0.5, 10% of that to VOV will be equal to 0.05. Okay, so for 0.05 peak to peak input signal, what is the output? Output will become 0.95 because the amplification is minus 19. So minus 19 into 0.05 will give output equal to 0.95. Then we come to the C. The C over here is 3C is this. In a RC phase shift oscillator, R is equal to 200 kilo ohm, C equal to 200 picofarad. Find the frequency of the BJT oscillator. However, in the syllabus, what is given is FET oscillators only, but I don't know how he has given this question. But for a BJT, it is 1 by 2 pi RC root of 6 plus 4K. 1 by 2 pi RC multiplied by the root of 6 plus 4K. In FET, only root 6 is there. In BJT, 6 plus 4K, where K is RC divided by R. RC, when we say, it is collector resistance. Collector resistance RC divided by R, not this RC. So we should take RC is equal to R. The collector resistance, we should choose whatever we want. If it is given, we would have substituted. Otherwise, we can straight away choose RC equal to R. Then it will become 1 by 2 pi RC root of 6 plus 4 into 1. That is root of 10 will come in the denominator. Okay. Using the R and C, you can just find. So you need to choose the value of the collector resistance. Okay, so having found that, we come to the fourth question, which is draw and explain the complete frequency response of a common source amplifier. Derive the relationship for expression for the lower cutoff frequency. I think this is the same question as it is there in the 4A of 18EC 421, which we already discussed. It is there in page 689, 9.1.1. Okay, page 689, 9.1.1. Then we come to 4B. 4B is we need to find the midband gain, 3 dB frequency for a 3 dB frequency FH for a CS amplifier fed with a signal source of internal resistance RSIG equal to 100 kilo, and amplifier has RG equal to 4.7, RDRL is equal to 15 kilo ohms, GM is equal to 1 milliampere per volt, R0 equal to 150, CS is equal to 1 picofarad, and CG is equal to 0.4 picofarad. So we need to find the RL dash. First, RL dash is RD in parallel with RL in parallel with small R0. Small R0 is here. 150 in parallel with 15 in parallel with 15. That is the value. I think we might have solved that also. And having found that value, then AM will be equal to minus RG by RG plus RC. We are given with RG minus RG by RG plus RC multiplied by GM RL dash. So GM is also given to us. RL dash we have found. So that will give us the value of AM. AM is equal to minus RG by RG plus RC into GM RL dash. So having found the value of AM, FH will be 1 by 2 pi C in R sig dash. So the value of the R sig dash we need to find. The value of R in also we need to take. So R in is C in. C in is CGS plus CGD multiplied by 1 plus GM RL dash. So if we find that, then we'll get C in. Then it is only the R sig. R sig will be the value which is R sig in parallel with RG. R sig in parallel with RG. RG is very large, hence it doesn't have any meaning there. So only thing is the R sig. So R sig only can be considered as R sig dash, but otherwise you can always take these two parallel. Okay. Then we have the Colpitts oscillator. Colpitts oscillator is already explained in the video. You can just go through it. A Colpitts oscillator will consist of two capacitors and one inductor. A Colpitts oscillator will consist of two capacitors and one inductor, and if it contains two inductors and one capacitor, that will correspond to the Hartley oscillator. Then 5A. 5A is the working of a voltage series feedback amplifier. Voltage series feedback amplifier just means the voltage amplifier itself with a feedback, that is series shunt amplifier. For series shunt amplifier, you need to find out, and overall gain, how much it's affected is, how much it is affected, you can just check that, and that will be overall gain, input and output. Overall gain will be definitely, AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta, and input will be rather increased, output will be decreased. RIF is equal to RI into 1 plus A beta. Here it will be, output will be decreased, that is the other way around. Then again here show that how gain can be desensitized and bandwidth increased with this. Gain desensitized will again give us the same value, AF is equal to AF by 1 plus A beta, and also the what you call bandwidth will be the bandwidth, normal bandwidth multiplied by 1 plus A beta will give you the bandwidth after negative feedback. Then you have the voltage shunt or transresistance feedback. Transresistance feedback is series shunt, series shunt. This is shunt. This is shunt. Transresistance is shunt feedback amplifier, which is used for a transresistance, or it is also known as voltage shunt. So don't get confused between these terms. Voltage shunt or shunt, both are same. Voltage series or series shunt, both are same. Then we come to the 6A. 6A is the class B output stage. Prove that we have done this already. Prove that the maximum conversion efficiency is 78.5. So this is already done in the class. Then we have again a problem which we have not done. This will be associated with the transformer coupled, which I wanted to take up immediately after this. I don't know whether I should take up because the strength is very low. If you want, we'll continue. Otherwise, we will leave it off. So this is transformer coupled class A power amplifier. Whether it is within the syllabus or out of the syllabus, that itself is a question mark. Then we have crossover distortion. Crossover distortion occurs in class B amplifiers, and it is eliminated by using the high gain op amp, or either you can use high gain op amp, or the better solution is the class AB, what you call push-pull amplifier. Class AB push-pull amplifier, which will eliminate totally the crossover distortion. Otherwise, if you use just op amp, it will be reduced. Crossover distortion will be reduced by the amount of amplification of the amplifier itself. So with this, we come to the end of the model 1, 2, 3, question bank for this. The only part remaining is the transformer coupled class A amplifier. the transformer coupled push-pull amplifier, class B, and the class C amplifier, which will be generally the what is known as tuned class C amplifier.